Hey there, I'm Delilah from DelilahIris.com, and this is my felt bunny sewing tutorial. These bunnies make excellent ornaments or handmade gifts and only take about an hour and a half to stitch up. To follow along, you may want to start by grabbing the digital pattern from my online shops. We'll start the project by cutting the pattern pieces from felt. You may want to review the felt cutting primer on DelilahIris.com for the best options for cutting felt. Here I'm laying my pieces onto the felt and taping in place with some wide clear tape. This is my favorite method for cutting by hand. I feel you get the most precision from this method. Once the pattern pieces are attached to the felt, rough cut the pieces apart and then go back and precision cut with a pair of small sharp crafting scissors. The next best or easiest option would be to cut the felt by machine, such as a Cricut or a Silhouette. My patterns do come with cutting files to upload to your personal cutting machine. Next, we will install some eyes to the felt rabbit. To maintain symmetry, I like to hold the two body pattern pieces together and insert a pin straight through both layers. Mark a spot where the hole from the pin is left, and this way both eyes will be on the same exact spot on both sides of the bunny. Create a slightly larger hole with scissors or whatever tool you may have handy. I've even used a toothpick before. Insert the eye post through the hole and fit the plastic washer onto the inside of the felt. Many locking safety eyes will need pliers to fit the washer into place. Younger viewers, it's definitely time to ask parents for help. Voila! These look so nice once they're installed in place. Next, we'll add a couple of stitches to fold the bunny's ears forward. Make sure and place your stitches to the inside of the bunny. Match the front body piece at the arms and the legs and pin into place. Knot your thread to the inside of the felt at the tip of the foot and begin stitching. I like to use a short, tight blanket stitch or even a whip stitch. Stitch along the edges of the felt, moving towards the bunny's neck. Match the opposite side of the bunny into place and pin at the arms and the legs once again. I should mention that it's really fun to embroider the bunnies. This particular one has already been embroidered. I often share embroidery designs for adding to any of my felt animal patterns. You'll want to keep an eye out for more videos on that. Continue stitching the opposite side of the bunny into place. Next, knot your thread and send it through at the bunny's neck to begin sewing the sides of the face together. Stitch up the front of the face until you reach just about where the tip of the nose would be. Next, we'll sew the front of the face into place to one side of the bunny's body. Hold the face piece to match to one side and stitch into place until you reach the base of the bunny's ear. Once you reach where the ear begins, we will switch to a running stitch and knot it at the back of the ear. Continue stitching down the back of the head and neck, knotting your thread to the inside of the rabbit at the end of the face piece. Return again to the front of the face, knotting your thread and sending the needle from the inside outward to begin stitching the opposite side of the rabbit's face. Stitch this opposite side into place in the same way you did on the first side by switching to a running stitch at the ear. Continue sewing to about halfway down the rabbit's back. Next, we will work on making a bunny tail. Hold both bunny tail pieces together and stitch up the curved top edge. Flip the tail right side out. Now send your needle and thread through the stitches from the tip of the tail to the back. Stitch the back end of the tail closed. Position the tail between the two pattern layers at the back of the bunny and stitch into place with a running stitch. Flip the bunny over, insert stuffing into its head, then begin pinning the bottom of the bunny pattern pieces into place. Stitch the bottom of the bunny into place, starting at the back and moving around to the front, moving past both feet. Once there's only a small opening, stop stitching and begin stuffing the bunny full. Sometimes I like to use weighted bead stuffing at the very bottom of the bunny to help it stand up. Sew that last little opening shut. To finish my stitching, I like to knot the last stitch, then send the needle along the stitch seams to hide the end of the thread. Now to just snip that last little thread ending off and we're done. Thanks for sewing along with me. For more tutorials and patterns, make sure and subscribe to my channel or visit my website at delilahIris.com.